All right, welcome back. This is the second problem that is on quiz 2.1 for pre-calculus honors, 3rd and 8th period. This is Mr. Piddlecaw again. I'm going to show you how to think about this problem. All right, so it says the graph of y equals sine x has been transformed into the graph of y equals sine of 3x plus pi over 4. And it asks which transformations have occurred. Now, it's not asking you to specify the exact value of the translation, just what kind of transformations. So let's dispense with the vertical dilation and vertical translation. Vertical dilation means that the amplitude scaling is been changed from the plain sine x function. Well, there's no amplitude scaling going on here. The amplitude is the same, 1. So there's no vertical dilation. Likewise, there's no vertical translation. That would be the plus v term that goes at the end here, the vertical shift. There is no vertical shift. So our choices here, and there could be more than one, select all that apply, is a horizontal dilation and a horizontal translation. Well, the pi over 4 isn't the phase shift, but it is related to the phase shift. So there is a horizontal translation going on. And the horizontal dilation has to do with the frequency. If the frequency is 3, then you're compressing the sine wave. If the frequency was less than 1, you're stretching it out. So there is a horizontal dilation going on. So again, vertical dilation and translation has to do with the amplitude and the vertical shift. Horizontal dilation has to do with the frequency, how much you're compressing it or stretching it out. And the horizontal translation is the phase shift, moving the whole function left or right. And when I press the submit button, I get a green check. Now there's a part B to this. The graph of sine x has decreased its period by a factor of and has undergone a phase shift. Let's answer the phase shift question first. If you factor this 3 times x plus something, 3 times the quantity x plus something, what does the something have to be to get a pi over 4? 3 times pi over 12 gets you pi. So this phase shift is a pi over 12 to the left. Why is it to the left? Because the normal equation is minus the phase shift. A phase shift to the left is negative. So minus a negative is a positive. Now, the period has been decreased by a factor of 3. Why is that? Because the frequency has increased by a factor of 3. So the period is going to be decreased by a factor of 3. Instead of a period of 2 pi, we're going to have a period of 2 pi over 3. So now when I submit, I get another green check mark. And now it wants me to draw the graph of sine 3x plus pi over 4. All right. So first of all, the period has been decreased by a factor of 3. So I'm going to drag this down to pi over 6. It was originally at pi over 2. So this is a quarter of a period showing here. So when I divide that by 3, I got to come down here to pi over 6. Right about there. So now the frequency has been increased, the period has been decreased. And now, remember we said the phase shift was pi over 12. So I'm going to have to move both of these control points over. There's a pi over 12. And there's a pi over 12. Each of these divisions on the x-axis is pi over 12. And now when I press submit, oops, I made a mistake. Oh, I know what I did. This is a left phase shift, not a right phase shift. So I went to the right. Okay, let's go back. I need to come back one of these units. There. Negative pi over 12. All right. So now you saw my mistake in action. Hopefully you won't repeat that. That's the end of this problem.